right, Mr. Mayor, do you remember the first time you visited the Foley Public Library?
Now, we're going to have to go way back because the first time I visited Foley Library, I was like, I believe I was 6 years old. Might have been 7. And the library was on the corner of 98 and 59. And it was a one little bitty building. It wasn't the one that's there now. And I rode my bike up there.
I rode my bike up to that same building. I did.
Sure did.
Yeah, it was right there on the corner of 59 and 98 right now.
And I can't remember who the librarian was, but I remember I went up and checked out some books. I thought it was so cool. They gave you a little card, and it says you can get books free. And I was a voracious reader when I was young. That was one thing I was very good at, was reading.
Well, as a library patron, what do you feel is the most important part of the library?
Wow, that's a tough question since our library offers so many different opportunities and everything from the computer lab to the genealogical research lab area. I guess it's the variety of the books and the services that it offers. I think that's so important to people. It serves so many different needs.
Well, you just answered my next question is, what does the library provide to our community?
Okay, well, it's kind of the same question, but it provides a variety of services and it meets the needs of the community. The libraries, when I was growing up, you checked out a book. That's it. That was a big thing. Libraries have morphed now. I've read stories where libraries even have radio stations in them or quiet rooms where you can do podcasts and different things. So, we're trying to meet the needs. And so the various services that everything from the children's programs to any outreach programs that we do, all of those are important to our community.
Were you excited about the new library the city's
Very
building?
much. I very much am. I know when John Jackson talked about it to us, we had reached a point where we had maxed out the space in our library and the ability to meet the community needs on these different programs. Like we want to partner with the Literacy Council. They fill such a gap for people who have fallen out of the system and just needs of that nature. So I'm very excited about our new library. It's, we're still kind of in some of the planning stages and it's exciting. And I'm looking forward to when we start construction. We just got to make sure we build it for what we say we're going to do.
Did you realize the library was turning 100 years old this year?
No, I did not, because I've only been around for the 65 years, so no, but I know that Foley, was established in the early 1900s, so it doesn't surprise me.
Will you be able to celebrate with us on May the 3rd at 10 o'clock?
I believe so. I don't believe I'll be anywhere else. Now, I got to put that on my calendar at 10.
Yes,
I think
you
I
do.
already have that on there, so
Yes, you do.
yeah, I believe I will be here.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Okay, cool.
So, Logan, do you remember the first time you came to the Foley Public Library?
I'm not sure that I remember the exact first time, but I do remember my mom bringing me and getting my library card. I do remember signing that. I thought that was cool, getting to sign my name on my library card. And then, of course, I remember a lot of my experiences with the elementary school walking over here. So those are some of the earliest memories I have of the library.
Well, what aspects of the library are most important to you?
As right now, for me personally, well, one, I just love the idea that there's all these great books that I want to read and I don't have to go buy a book, right? And so I can have access to that. I think that it's a great place for me to come and work on some things. It's quiet. It's nice. I feel very focused. And we've also used this space for some of our rehearsals for theater. So the meeting rooms have been very helpful to us and things like that.
Are you excited about the library building a new complex?
Absolutely. I think the library is probably, as a teacher, I definitely think it's one of the most important institutions we have here in Foley for our students, with all of the wonderful things that are provided, whether it be computers or access to internet, research materials, things of that nature. So to just be able to even expand upon that even more, I think is wonderful.
Did you realize that the library will be turning 100 years old this year?
That's crazy to me. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's quite an accomplishment. Yeah.
Well, on May the 3rd, we're going to have our 100th celebration, and we would love to have you join us.
Absolutely. Yes.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Logan.
Thank you.
Kathleen, do you remember the first time you visited the Foley Public Library?
Oh, somewhat. It was just always there, and I like to read, so I would go by, and usually a friend of mine was the librarian at that time. Another student who was a senior. I was like a junior when I started going there.
When you start going there. Can you tell us about the time that you worked at the library as a teenager?
I was a senior, and I think that was one of the prerequisites that you needed to be a senior and be a good student recommended by the principal. And so the year before, Pat Lakeman, who was Pat Crosby, was the student librarian. But I was hired by the Women's Club to come in after school and work from 3 till 5.
3 to 5. When were you appointed to the library board?
I don't remember.
It's been that long.
It's been that long.
It's been that long. You do an amazing job on our library board.
Yeah, well, I was on the board at the old library.
Oh, really?
Yes, Dot Ekman was the librarian at that time.
Okay.
I think she was our first adult real librarian.
That's amazing. Well, what aspects of the library are most important to you as a patron?
I think the staff is just number one, and we are blessed to have wonderful people on our staff, and that is number one. And of course, the variety of books that are available is very, very important. So those two things would be, I suppose, the most important to me.
From that, what do you believe the library provides to the community as a whole?
Oh my goodness. Through the years, it's just developed and grown so much. It's not just simply checking out books. It's so many programs, so much encouragement to children, to adults, to families, to parents. It's just a wonderful influence for our whole community.
Did you realize the library is turning 100 this year?
No, I didn't. No, I did not.
Well, with that, and we're in the process of building a new library, what aspects of a new library are you looking forward to?
Oh, I think it'll be wonderful to have more space for more programs, for more people. We're growing as a community, and our library has meant so much to all of us. Mm-hmm. And as we grow, we need more space, we need more books, we need more help.
We need more help. Well, May 3rd of 2023 at 10 o'clock is our 100th celebration. Will you be able to join us that day?
I hope so.
I hope so. We look forward to you being there. Thank you, Kathleen, for everything that you have done for our library. We would not be a success without you.
Well, people like me.
People
and
like you.
We've had a lot of dedicated volunteers through the years.
Yes, ma'am.
Of course, I was paid 50 cents an hour to be the librarian.
Wow.
There was no heat. There was just a little space heater, and it was very damp and chilly in there. But people came and they checked out the books, and the books were old for the most part. But from that beginning, we have just grown and done so well.
Well, thank you, Kathleen, for your time. So, do you guys remember the first time you came to the Foley Public Library?
Actually, I don't. I've been going here since I was 3, so it's been like a part of life.
Every day you come, pretty much, right?
Pretty much.
What about you, Mary?
I've been coming in my mom's stomach.
Since you were in your mom's stomach, that's a long time to come as a Foley Library patron. Well, are you excited about the library building a new building? What are you most excited about?
I'm excited about like having new space for more books.
Mm-hmm.
I've had some fond memories here, but I'm looking forward to the new place.
What about you?
I think I'm excited to have a bigger place so we can have more activities and more events.
More events. I enjoy our events too. Did you guys know that we're going to be turning 100 this year?
This is actually the first time we knew that.
We are. We're turning 100 this year, and it's because of patrons like you that have kept us going, and we're so excited that you guys have been coming since you were in your mom's stomach.
Well,
So-
this is the type of library that you come once and you don't want to leave.
That's how I feel too, Mary. The library turns 100 on May the 3rd. We will be having a celebration. Can you guys join us on that day?
I believe so.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Do you remember the first time you visited the Foley Public Library?
Ooh. What, as a kid or?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember as a kid. Vaguely.
Vaguely. Was it on the corner or was it the downstairs one before we added on?
Oh, it would have been like 98.
Okay.
99.
So it would have been the one before we added on. Well, what aspects of the library are most important to you as a patron?
Oh man, I've got a lot of kids,
Mhm.
so the children's section. Not to talk bad about Fairhope Library. I live in Fairhope,
Right.
but I work in Foley,
Mm-hmm.
and we found this library to be excellent. Just a lot more hospitable librarians are nice. Just the children's section. Of course, everybody loves Anna, and just the librarians. They're just great.
Well, as we build our new library, what are you most excited about, and what would you like to see in the new library?
I've always loved libraries. One thing I would like to see is maybe a music section. I know when I was in college, you could check out music at the libraries, and that's one of the things that attracted me to certain colleges, how nice the library was. And when I lived in Brooklyn, they had some of the libraries had music you could actually check out, and yeah, that was always great. So that'd be a nice addition if we have something like that. I mean, sheet music. That is,
Right.
sheet music.
Check out sheet music.
Right.
That would be a great thing that we could have here, and it would really add to the programs that we have in place already now. So you're looking forward to the new library being built?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. It's always great to have a new library, have anything new, and just have, yeah.
Well, did you realize the library is turning 100 this year?
I had no idea. I had no idea.
Well, on May the 3rd, 2023, we're going to have a celebration, Centennial. We would love to have you join us on that day if you can.
Oh yeah, we'll all be there.
Yeah, we'll all be
We'll all
there.
be there.
Thank you for coming today, Emmanuel.
Thank you.